Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So what an eventful day it has been in the world of Marvel Contest of Champions. And one of the biggest announcements from the latest stream involves Alliance War Season 58. Effectively, Kabam took entire format of Alliance War, threw it against the wall. Season 8 is not going to Alliance War, be Alliance War. You can call it whatever you want, but this is not Alliance War. That does not necessarily mean that this video is going to be entirely negative. I'm going to be absolutely honest, I just finished recording another version of this video that was significantly more harsh to the changes than I intend to be here. But as I was recording it, a few things kind of dawned on me. So I decided on giving a bit more balanced perspective. Now, this news is not perceived well by just about anybody that I have talked to. Because, and let me explain this, most of the competitive players feel that Alliance War is effectively a fairly good place. Alliance War was the game mode that got the rewards updated most frequently. The rewards felt quite good. And we just got a new map. And that map's hard, and that map's challenging, and we currently are, quote-unquote, learning it without any real defensive tactics associated with it, because it's super easy tactic, and, you know, once Kabam actually puts a proper tactic on it, there's once again going to be an absolute bloodbath. The death counts in each war went high up, and it is harder and challenging. Therefore, objectively speaking, I think Alliance War experience is about as good as it has been in a really long time now. But that's not even the main issue. The main issue, the main pushback against this from just about everybody, and my initial pushback to this was also to do with the fact that this game is already incredibly bloated. This insane amount of information that you have to process in order to be even remotely in touch with everything that's happening in the game. Because we do have like insanely complicated champions coming to the game that are harder and harder to learn how to use. Not a good thing. We have insane tough defenders coming to the game that are very hard to learn how to, deal with. We have a lot of things on the move constantly in the game, much of which I love, but none of it just about feels intuitive or easy. There's always these encyclopedia levels of nodes in any and all new content. And again, like, you can say many things about stuff being enjoyable or whatnot, but you cannot say that this game is easy to pick up and play and get your head around and learning new champions, and all of that's becoming harder. And Kabam seemed to kind of understand that, in the sense that they said that they're trying to make the game easier, more simple. Removing a bunch of solo events and objectives and 3-day events and stuff like that in favor for daily super event was a great step towards that. But that should go further. Instead, it feels like we're just getting a lot of things jiggled up. There is a caveat to this right now, though, which I kind of came across to, because once I actually put a bit of thinking through this, it's at the very least going to be significantly more simple map. It's only going to be one fight each player. It's only going to be, there aren't going to be like an insane amount of nodes to wrap your head around in this game mode. And effectively, it is going to be raids wars. Let's call them, Alliance raids wars. Because that's what it is. And as I was finishing recording the video, I realized, but wait a minute. The same thing happened to Alliance Quest, right? Alliance Quest was stale, boring, we had to do a ton of fights in it. And the raids came. And for most part, unless Kabam completely butchers the difficulty, we love raids. It's cool. We do raids in one day, and we go away. And this season, by all means, would be fairly similar maybe. Just go in, do one fight, and we're done. No need to wait, see who clears the boss, no need for the mini-boss fights to necessarily be unlocked. You do not need to kind of like consistently check on each node which pre-fight to use and stuff like that. It's just go in, do one fight, and you're done for a couple of days with Alliance War. And that could be good. And that is exactly the reason why I'm giving this the benefit of the doubt. Now, there are reasons why I think this change, again, is getting more pushback than raids and is less welcome. But fine. And the reason for that is because Alliance Quest was incredibly stale, whilst I think Alliance War is doing okay for the competitive players. But there are more players than just the super tryhard alliances. So again, realizing that the world does not revolve around me, this might be a good thing to get more people in the lane of this, for instance. But yeah, the big thing here for the changes is that each player has one fight. You can bring in 2 attackers. You can either bring in a synergy champion or just 2 champions that could answer a specific fight. And the point is that each defender gets a 12,000% health boost, but you get a challenge node versus by getting your force charges, you get a lot of damage increase. If you can't manage that, you'll probably time out. If you can manage that, thumbs up. You can, solo your fight and be done with Alliance War. Scoring changes, again, I'm going to make a separate video kind of delving deeper into the nodes and the technical stuff, but what you should know is that the solo events have been updated. Valiants will get a tier 6 CC, tier 4 alpha, generic 7-star 1-2 gem, 4 tier 6 basics, 4 tier 3 alpha, so that's significantly better. Obviously, we have the Radiance as a main set of rewards. If you make it to Masters, 200k, Plat 1, 150k, Plat 2, 100k. But even Plat 5 still gets 50k, which is, significant amount of, let's say, tier 4 alphas that you can get that you otherwise couldn't. There are no tactics, no bans. So that's where I stand. I don't think this was the best way to introduce it. I honestly don't. I think one would have been much better served to try this for an extended off-season. Have an off-season be 3 weeks instead of 2. One of those 3 weeks, like the middle one, be test for Raids Wars. Something like that. Because, again, people are touchy about Alliance War if they take it seriously. And that is one of the big things, again. Because hopefully this ends up being easier for the planners and officers. Because it's so much work for them already. Now them having to grasp an entire new concept and new nodes and new fights could be a lot. But on the bright side, once that's done, I do hope that, again, due to the simplicity of the map and the fights themselves, I hope it's end up being easier on them. This is definitely a big gambit. Don't get me wrong. This is a big gambit because there's a chance that, everybody will hate it. Again, my initial reaction was, what the fuck? Why would you do that? And again, drawing comparisons with Alliance raids and them ultimately being a cool thing and a change of pace, this might work out the same. Even though, again, I do not think you can compare Alliance War to Alliance Quest 1-to-1, and I do think Alliance Quest was infinitely better environment to bring this concept into. I also think this is a very bad way to do this. They dropped it out of the blue, and this wasn't floated around everywhere. And again, this comes instead of an entire month and an entire season, opposed to Alliance War raids. You could still choose to play the regular Alliance Quest if you wanted to, if you didn't want to do the raids. So it gave people the option, and also it was just the 1 week, opposed to Alliance War season, which is effectively 6 weeks, 4 weeks season, 2 weeks off season. So if this goes wrong, it's 6 weeks of no proper Alliance War and everybody hating it. So this is much bigger gambit. It is not implemented, advertised, introduced as well as it should have. There is no question about it at all whatsoever. Despite all of that, it could be good. I'm kind of optimistic a bit. I mean, you guys know me. I will tell you what I think. And again, initially I had much more pushback after calming down a wee little bit and kind of recording the first draft in this video. I figured, this could be nice from an endgame player's perspective point of view. Less fights. Do the one, do it properly. Set yourself focused up. Could be better for planners because it's much less work, essentially. after you have done the initial learning curve. It could get more people playing Alliance War, which is a good thing, because it will feel like it's a decent amount of rewards for less complexity, which again is kind of good. So we'll see. This is definitely a gambit. I am not going to spaz out completely over this, even though I kind of initially wanted to. But Kabam also needs to realize that Alliance Wars are one of the pillars alliances base their entire identities on, especially at competitive circuit. If something goes wrong with this, and even disruption like this is a massive thing for every one of those alliances that are competing for Masters. And they better get this fucking right. Also, the fact that this is experimental and all of this learning curve could be all for nothing, and then it can go away for one season, just kind of makes it worse, to be honest. Because I've seen quite a lot of comments saying, like, it's just for one season. Yeah, effectively, you get to learn all of this, and it might not ever come back. So it might be for naught when you have to, keep on top of everything else. Man, Clown sure shit smoking something up there. This is out there. But I've always said that I like them testing out and trying new things, even if they don't always work out great. Because then the game feels more fresh. But we are definitely struggling here in between making the game feel more fresh and having to learn just too many goddamn things, and this game being a full-time job. One needs to be very, very careful and very good with this. But with that, I'll finish this video wishing them the best of luck. I hope this is a success. I hope players calm down. I hope they love it. I hope this is something like Alliance raids, something that we look forward to every couple of seasons. Let's say that we're gonna get the raids wars instead of regular Alliance wars. Maybe. We'll see. Despite my better judgment, kind of willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm gonna catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information